Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is your man, 𝐦𝐨𝐬 checking in once again with another video, and let's get straight to it. So, I was scrolling through YouTube the other day, and I came across this male podcast. Apparently, it's a pretty popular podcast in the manosphere or in the male space. I'm not that familiar with it, but it looked a little interesting as far as the headline. I forget what the headline was, but I decided to click on it, and I watched for a little while. And basically, it's just these two dudes, and they have a table of women, and they just discuss different topics, as far as male-female intersectional dynamics and things of that nature. But what hit me and what grabbed my attention is when they got to a certain point, one of the hosts, ironically a dark-skinned black dude, made it clear that he does not dabble in the dark. When I heard him say that, I wasn't quite sure what he meant by it. But I got the idea that he was inferring that he doesn't mess with black women. He doesn't talk to black women. He doesn't get into any kind of romantic involvement with black women whatsoever. I was hoping I was wrong, but I continued watching, and lo and behold, just within 30 seconds later, that was confirmed. A man who was as black as night, dark-skinned dude, saying to a group of women, none of which were black, by the way. It was all Latinas and white girls. And he felt comfortable saying to a group of women who had completely different nationalities, completely different ethnicities, but yet he made it a point to mention that he does not dabble in the dark. He does not deal with black women. What would make a black man do this? What would make a black man say this fuck shit? I don't understand. And I'm making this video because this is nothing new. This is something I have come across my entire life. I've come across what I consider to be coon-ass black dudes. And let me get this straight. I want to make this clear. When it comes to women, my philosophy, I don't give a damn if a woman is black, white, Latina, Asian, Pacific Islander. I don't give a fuck. If I find a woman attractive, I think she's attractive. I don't care about her ethnicity or her nationality, her color of her skin. I don't care. If I think she's attractive, if I think she's a beautiful woman, I think she's a beautiful woman. Skin color, creed, where you're from, that doesn't matter. But what really grinds my gears is when I see other black men who go out of their way to talk badly about black women. And I hate to be cliche, but let's keep it 100 and let's get back down to the facts. His mom is black. His sisters, his brothers, his siblings, his family, all of them black. And yet you felt the need to go out of your way to disrespect black women. And that is the part that I cannot let stand and I will not tolerate. So I'm speaking my mind because there's a lot of fuck niggas out there who think the same way as that dude. And if you're listening to the context clues as far as it being two dudes who sit with a whole table full of girls, I'm sure you can absolutely figure out who I'm talking about. A dude who, let's just keep it a stack. Not an attractive man. The dude sitting across the table from him, while, I can agree with some of his philosophies and some of his ideology as far as the things he says, because he's able to articulate himself well and actually, make some valid points about the intersectional dynamics. But that dude's not the most attractive man either. And I don't have to say no homo or pause because I'm a grown-ass heterosexual dude who gets plenty of women. I'm secure in my sexuality. It is what it is. I can look at both of those dudes and know that if it wasn't for the fact that they probably are millionaires now, they would not be getting any pussy. And that's just me keeping it real. Anyways, the reason for this video, I felt the need to delve deeper and really try to discuss why is it that some black men hate black women so much. And I think it's actually a quite nuanced argument because it's not something that you can simply pinpoint with one thing or the other. I think when it comes to black women, a lot of black men like to lean on those same few complaints, right? They say, oh, I don't like black girls. They're argumentative, they're masculine, they're ratchet, they're ghetto, they're not classy. They don't know how to be submissive to their man. And I'm going to keep it 100 with you once again, just keeping it real, because that's what I do in my content. There are a lot of black women who actually fit into the criteria that I just described. But you know what? There's also absolutely just as many, if not more, who fall into the criteria of actually being classy, being beautiful, submissive, feminine, supportive. knowing how to take direction from a man. It just all depends on the circles that you keep and the company that you keep. If you are seeing yourself dealing with a lot of black women who lean into these types of demographics and criteria that don't exude the type of energy and the type of feminine nature and the feminine qualities you're looking for, that means most likely you're in the wrong circles. That means you need to keep leveling up. Because let me tell you, if you are leveling up, if you're continuing to ascend to different levels and new heights in your life, you're going to start being able to surround yourself with better quality women. So if you're around these ghetto, ratchet, street urchin bitches who you claim are so defensive, argumentative, masculine, unwilling to take your advice, take your direction, then that means you're not in the right circles yet. Or it means you might just be a beta ass bitch who doesn't know how to make a woman lean into her femininity and actually be submissive to you because you haven't given her anything to submit to. It is not always the woman's fault. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But look at yourself in the mirror and think, am I really a leader? Am I really someone that a woman would want to follow? I bet you, if you're being realistic with yourself, I'd say 9 times out of 10, you probably are not this alpha that you probably make yourself out to be. You are probably just some lame bitch beta nigga who is just hoping that somehow, some way you can get some money so that you can get around some good looking bitches because you get no attention otherwise. But let's get back to the point. Black men make up those same excuses about black women. It's the age-old argument at this point. Why do they like going outside of their race, talking to white women, Latinas, Asian, all these other ethnicity groups, and yet at the same time badmouth black women? Why do they do that? Well, they claim that those other ethnicity groups and other nationalities of women are far more submissive. They claim that, oh, she knows how to, let me be a man. Let me do my thing. She follows my lead. Well, bitch, nigga, if you were a real man, any woman would follow your lead. If you were actually assertive, directive, actually masculine, actually exuding all the traits that are what most people would consider to be alpha traits, I guarantee you the nationality and the ethnicity would not matter whatsoever. It's on you. It's on you to make it clear to the woman what quality of man you are. You know, the age-old adage that perception is reality? Well, that's absolutely true, and it's damn sure true when it comes to the intersectional dynamics and the power exchange between men and women. When a man is truly masculine, he doesn't need to say it. When it is clear in the power, the energy, and the actions that he exudes, when he makes that clear in actions, the women have no choice other than to fall into their femininity, be submissive, be supportive, do what you say. It's on you as a man to make that clear. Because if you don't carry yourself like an alpha, if you don't carry yourself like a masculine man, then what other choice does a woman have other than to take the data that you have given to her? All she can go off of is the information and the data that you have given her. If you carry yourself like a bitch beta, then she's going to perceive you to be a bitch beta male. If you actually exude actions and qualities and ambition that is in line with the criteria that most people would actually correlate to being an alpha male, I guarantee you the way that women respond to you and the way that women talk to you and the way that they react to you and the actions that they as women implement when you're around, I guarantee you it all changes depending on how you portray yourself and the energy and the actions that you display as a man. At some point, fellas, we have to take accountability for what we do. It's not all about the women. It's about us. You have to make yourself somebody who is actually worth following, someone who is actually worth submitting to, someone who is actually worth admiring, someone who is actually worth desiring. These are all the traits you look for in a woman, correct? You want them to do all of those things towards you. Well, guess what? I get all of those choosing signals. I get all of those actions. I get all of those responses from all the women that I deal with. And I'm a good looking muscular dude. So trust me, I do get my fair share of women. Not trying to brag. I'm just keeping it 100 with y'all. But it really grinds my gears when I have these bitch-ass, sloppy beta males talking down on black women like there aren't millions of beautiful, classy, feminine, submissive black women in this world. No, you haven't done the work yet to deserve the type of woman that you aspire to have. That means that you have not worked enough. That means you have not put the work in to self-improve and to build yourself up into the absolute upper echelon of man that you aspire to be just yet. Because I guarantee you, you have not met the right black woman if you feel that you have to go outside of your race in order to find a quality woman. And let me be clear, I am not saying there's anything wrong with white women, Latinas, Asian women. That doesn't matter because I like women of all nationalities. I don't understand, in that same token, I don't understand how a man can be so narrow-minded as to box himself in or to box a certain type of woman out. There's so many beautiful women in this world that are black, white, Latina, Asian, Indian. Nationality does not matter. There's just far too many women, far too many beautiful women, so many nice flavors, I like to say. Why would I go to an ice cream shop and simply pick the same flavor every time? And then again, in the same token, why would I go to the ice cream shop and know that there's potentially an amazing selection of new ice cream flavors over here? It might be delicious. It might be the greatest ice cream in the world, but I had a few bad experiences with that kind of ice cream in the past. So even though this is a different brand, this might be a much higher quality brand, I'm just not going to try it at all. No, that is stupid. That is moronic. That is idiotic. Life is about living. Life is not about restricting yourself. I challenge you to rethink your ideology as a man. If you fall into this demographic of black men who refuse to date black women simply because you think that they are too masculine, too aggressive, too disrespectful, ratchet, or ghetto, I challenge you to actually change your environment, change the circles you're running in, change the venues you go to, because I guarantee you there's an amazing level of high quality, classy black women out there who you have not even scratched the surface of meeting yet. You can't experience new things if you keep doing the same old shit. Fellas, I'm talking to you, to that lame bitch ass beta nigga who I saw on that podcast talking down about black women. I'm talking to you. Expand your horizons, fuck nigga. Expand your horizons. There's far too many women out there for you to be thinking in such a narrow-minded manner. With that said, I just once again want to drive home the fact that I have absolutely no reservations about talking to women of any nationality or ethnicity group. I love women and they love me. But it has become brutally clear to me that some men will simply disqualify a woman because of her skin color. And we're living in the year 2023. And yet y'all niggas are still thinking like that? The nerve. I get it. Some of y'all have that white goddess complex where you think that the white ice is colder. You think just the fact that, back in the day, we didn't have the luxury of even being able to talk to a white woman, let alone date her or have sex with her, that you're going to take advantage of that now because you think somehow that means white women are better than black women. Wake up call. They're not. Take it from somebody who is a good-looking, masculine, muscular dude, successful with money. Talking about me, in case you're not dumb enough to pick up on the context clues. Take it from me. I've been with many women of all nationalities. Women, at the end of the day, are the same, and yet in many aspects, they are also very different. But one thing that I can honestly tell you is that the color of their skin has absolutely no bearing on how they behave and how their personality is. You're going to have to be a man and actually do the work of taking the time to get to know these women before you'll actually be able to make those type of assessments. And you can't do that if you have this narrow-minded, ignorant way of thinking as if black women are the problem. They're not. Period. It's as simple as that. I just felt the need to get this off my chest. Like I said, I was passing down my timeline or just scrolling down YouTube, and I saw this video, and I watched a little bit of it, and when I heard that fuck nigga say that, it just threw me off, and I had to just go in on him. Now, If you found value in this video and you agree with what I'm saying, smash that like button and also subscribe to the channel. Or tell you what, even if you disagree, even if you have a completely contrasting point of view, I'd also love to hear your input and your opinion on the matter as well. My name is 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐤. It's been a pleasure. I'm going to holler at y'all in a minute.